What's happening, everybody on YouTube? Steve here, Raiken Profit, coming back to you with another live video, live from the Hyundai Sonata, which is my daily driver. A lot of people have been asking, Steve, why are you never in the Corvette? To be honest with you, I only drive it a couple times a week. This is my daily driver, and you know, the Corvette's kind of tough to move around in. You got to worry about people hitting it and whatnot. But anyways, wanted to talk about thrift store prices being crazy in thrift stores. I've gotten a couple messages over the last week from people saying, Steve, I've been watching your eBay clothing videos, and you know, I've been learning a ton, and everything's been, you know, really fun to watch and learn and everything, but the prices at the thrift stores are just going psycho. What do? I feel like I can't make any money. And I want to talk about a couple tips for what to do and kind of how to handle the situation if your prices are going absolutely insane. Here in Connecticut, you know, over at Savers and Goodwill, I'd be able to pick up a dress shirt for $2 or $3. Now, on average, it's $5 to $10 at both thrift stores, Savers and Goodwill. So prices in Connecticut for the stores have gone absolutely insane, right? In Connecticut, I mean, the prices. Now, first tip I'm going to start with is you got to find the right stores. Not in every single store in Connecticut have the prices gone up 50 to 80%. The ones around me have. They've gone up significantly. Salvation Army hasn't followed suit as rough, but Goodwill, Savers, they've gone absolutely insane. And we're not going to talk about why in this video. You guys know why the prices are going up. There's a whole, you know, set of reasons why. And, you know, us on YouTube probably aren't helping very much. But with technology and smartphones, everybody's looking up information. It's so easy to know what things are worth. Plus, I think the thrift stores are getting a little better at analyzing their data and knowing when to raise prices on specific types of items and whatnot. But here are some tips, guys. If your prices are going crazy, first and foremost, make sure you go through all of your stores. Find the store that is the cheapest and take advantage of that one. Like, for example, over here, the Salvation Armies are probably the cheapest. So going to find some of the best opportunities at the Salvation Armies if they don't close down in Connecticut, because Salvation Armies have been closing down. For the most part, a lot of them are run very poorly. They're dirty, and they're not very family friendly in some instances. But that's going to depend upon your location. So, you know, if you have any mom and pop thrift stores in your area, check those out for sure. A lot of times you can find these clothing items priced 50 to 80% less than a traditional corporate thrift store like Savers or Goodwill or Value Village, sometimes even Salvation Army. So become acquainted with all of the thrift stores in your area. All because one or two of them are sky high doesn't mean they're all going to be like that, right? So that's tip number one. Tip number two, you're going to have to dig a little deeper. Even though prices have gone up 50 to 100% in some of these thrift stores in my area, if you dig deep enough, and what I mean by that is, instead of just picking and sniping items out of a clothing rack of 300 items, flip through every single one. Yes, it is going to take a little bit more time, but you're going to find diamonds in the rough the more you dig deep into a clothing rack. Dig deep into the blazers and sport coats section. Dig deep into the long sleeve dress shirts. Go through all the t-shirts. You might think to yourself, what's the point? My good friend Greg, the Valley Picker, was digging deep at the Connecticut Thrifting Meetup and sold a vintage Nike 80s single stitch t-shirt for, I think, $220. So you got to dig deep. What's up, Alpha Mars? Good to see you. First time in your chat live. That's awesome. If you guys are enjoying this video, smash that like button. Show some love. Tip number 3, rush the racks. Rush the new clothing racks. When Savers or Goodwill brings out the new clothing racks, rush those racks. Whoever's bringing it out, tackle that guy or girl who's working there and tell them, get out my way. I'm here to stay. Today's my day. I'm making some profits. No, don't tackle them, but you know what I'm saying. Rush those new clothing racks, because the new clothing inventory is where the opportunities are going to typically be. After a couple days, the resellers have gone through it, and for the most part, you're not going to find, you know, the best stuff sitting there, like the CC Filsons and Patagonias. Trevor, that's awesome. Another first-time viewer. Good to see you guys. Creative Cousins, first time here live as well. We love watching you and your tips. Thank you so much. That's awesome. What's up, UFC fans? Good to see you. So we already talked about going to all your thrift stores, finding what opportunity lies best in what thrift store. maybe the mom and pop stores, maybe Salvation, maybe Goodwill. You got to know your area. Number 2, dig deeper into the clothing racks. Number 3, rush the new clothing racks that come out. Number 4, discount days. Over here, we have discount days at our Goodwill every Sunday. There's a new color. So they have different tags on each clothing item. Sunday, the color turns over to a new one, and those items are all 50% off. So that's a great opportunity to find items 50% off. So you might have somewhat of a poor deal, full price, but when it hits 50% off, there's enough cushion in there for you to make a profit. So ask your thrift stores. Like literally, if you go into a thrift store for the first time, be like, hey, how you doing? I was just curious, do you guys have any special deals during the week? Maybe any fill a bag deals or any half off days or any specials that you guys run? Over here at Savers, there's a periodic 50% off sale that happens every couple of months, and there's so much inventory, it just brings about amazing opportunities. So definitely ask your thrift store employees if there are any specials going on. Tip number 5, donate and stamp cards. Over at our Savers, if we donate a certain amount of items, we get 30% off. Also, we have stamp cards, and we have our phone number that we put in every time we buy something, and when we hit $100, we get 30% off as well. So a lot of these employees aren't going to let you know about that. You're going to have to ask them. A lot of them are just rushing and trying to get the line kind of knocked down, so they might not take your phone number or whatnot, but you definitely want to take advantage of that. That's definitely a big tip. And that's pretty much all I have for the tips right now. I mean, I do want to say, for some people, you're going to have better opportunities selling clothing on eBay than the next guy or girl. It just depends where you live. There's just certain locations where, you know, you're going to crush it. And there's going to be other locations where you might not want to do clothing as much. You might have a great opportunity with shoes. You might have an awesome opportunity with board games or books. Maybe you live near a university or a college and you're getting tons of textbooks in all the time. That's why I always recommend, when you first get started reselling, you know, put your hand in a bunch of different cookie jars. Put your hand into the book cookie jar, the clothing cookie jar, maybe the men's or the women's shoes cookie jar. You want to start to taste everything and see what's going on, what opportunities are presented for you. And that's kind of how I went about it. I started with bicycles, then I went to clothing and books, and now I do a bunch of stuff. But you got to know your area, your geographical area, and start to get acquainted. What's up, Britt? Britt says, I try to get in right when they unlock the doors and look through the carts being put out. That's a great tip right there. Tim says, first time commenter, I love your channel, bro. I've learned a lot from you. Started my own eBay business a couple months ago, and I'm at $4,000 a month. Keep pumping out the good content. That's awesome. Congratulations. $4,000 a month. That is awesome. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite item to sell? For me on eBay, my favorite item's always been men's clothing. You know, I just love men's clothing. It's what I know best. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just my thing. On Amazon, it's definitely books. I've been going really hard, guys. I put a post on my Instagram. I've spent over $3,700 in the last couple of weeks buying books from merchant sellers on Amazon, and I'm hoarding them, and I'm sending them in. Well, I'm starting to send them in now, but I'm setting the prices for the January textbook rush. So, I mean, I've been going really hard with the books on Amazon, and of course doing the eBay and whatnot as well. What's going on, Nick and Andrea Hills? Good to see you. Vintage board games. Meme Dream Team says trading cards. Keto says awesome turnaround, quick clean. Awesome. Is buying and selling books on eBay effective? What's really effective is buying books on eBay to sell on Amazon, but it's really time consuming. I wish there was a software out there to do it. Maybe tactical arbitrage software might give you the functionality to do that. I'm on the phone. I wish I could be there, be here. Sorry, the comment went by really fast. Yeah, prices are getting a little ridiculous, David. So again, to recap, anyone who came in, try all your thrift stores to see which ones present the best opportunity. If your prices are getting ridiculous, dig deeper into the clothing racks. The people who dig the deepest are finding the gems, the hidden gems. 3, rush the new clothing racks that are coming out. If you see a clothing rack that just comes out, you abandon your plan and you go attack those clothing racks. Become acquainted with discount days, donate and stamp cards to get those additional profits. And also, you know, you got to be consistent as well. The more you go to these thrift stores, the better opportunity you're going to have, right? Like, the more opportunities you're going to have. Because sometimes, you know, you'll go to a thrift store once a week, you don't find anything, but if you go every single day, even if it's a quick pop in and pop out, you'll find that crazy CC Filson, or you'll find, you know, a bunch of cool jeans, or you'll find that Willis & Geiger, or that, you know, really cool embroidered Ralph Lauren item, or, you know, maybe you're messing with shoes, right? I was over at the thrift store the other day, and my good friend Jerry popped on some, well, he actually passed on it because it was damaged, but he came across some Red Wing shoes and boots. Those things do really well. You've got to take a shot. You've got to show up at these thrift stores. All because the prices are increasing, it doesn't mean that there's no opportunities. Actually, with prices increasing, it might give you more opportunities, because even though the prices are increasing $4 or $5, the home run items out there are going for $50 to $100. So who cares if the price goes from $5 to $10? That's probably going to discourage more people even going to the thrift store, and you know your margins will still be up there. So it kind of sucks. Like, the prices are going up, and it's kind of eliminating like the $3, $4, $5 flips, the lower end stuff. But the high end stuff, there's still plenty of money to be made because they're so high end, it just falls through the cracks. Thrift stores don't know about Willis & Geiger, right? Thrift stores aren't going to know the difference between a normal Ralph Lauren t-shirt versus one with a big bear on it for the most part, right? That's just a fine example. Like, thrift stores aren't going to really raise the price that much on like a Ralph Lauren wool jacket versus a cashmere. They might raise it a little bit, but these are the opportunities right there, you know? Scott says, what up, Steve? My last day for work in corporate America is October 21st. You guys motivated me to take a chance and go full time. That's awesome. You know, just stay consistent. You want to focus on the process, right? The process when it comes to eBay is sourcing and listing. If you take care of both of those things, you're sourcing good items and you're listing every single day, you're going to be okay, right? Brian says that's no Corvette. Yeah, this is the Corvette right here. Just kidding. Full Melt Mike says Big E Levi's is a hidden gem. I've never found a Big I Levi's, a Big E, but hopefully one day. So that's all I've got, guys. I got to roll into the gym. If you guys could do me a big favor and smash that like button, definitely would appreciate that. Also, if you guys want to take advantage of the deal that I have going on, 101 killer clothing brands and 102 killer clothing brands, I'm going to put the link to that after this broadcast ends. So typically those books are about $67 each. I'm doing both of them for $20. So that's a list of 203 of my top clothing brands, a tag for each one, what to buy, what to avoid, the risk, the market demand, and a rake and profit jackpot item. If you want to take advantage of that, I'll put a link in the description in a couple minutes so you can come back and refresh that. But I appreciate you guys. I got a lot more videos coming soon. Also, I'm going to the Tony Robbins event in November. So if any of you guys want to go to that, tickets for that, for VIP tickets, are up at like $1,300. I've got a really good deal. I know one of the Tony Robbins trainers. So if you guys are trying to go to that Tony Robbins event, send me a message. I could save you a lot of money on that. I don't get anything from it, but he told me to let you guys know. So if you want to go to the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power event event in November in the New York area, send me a message at raikenprofit@gmail.com, and I could hook you up with some of those tickets. But yeah, with that being said, guys, smash that like button. I'll see you in the next one. Go out to those thrift stores and crush it. I'll see you soon. Bye.